Welcome to another edition of Now Lee with Lee Nau. This week's focus is on Crawford Thomas Fantasy Football. Everybody's favorite champion, to my right, John Salentano.
Thank you for the introduction, Lee.
John, tell the people at home who you are, what you do here at Crawford Thomas, and who your favorite football team is.
Thanks, Lee. Again, John Salentano, National Account Manager here at Crawford Thomas Recruiting. Been here for the last 5 years. Thank you, Crawford Thomas. And favorite football team is the Oakland Raiders.
Ooh.
Yeah, thanks, AB. You're awesome.
With our fantasy football focus, we're going to take a look inside the minds of our Crawford Thomas League members and what led them to draft the players they drafted. John, what pick did you have in this year's Crawford Thomas Fantasy Football Draft?
I had my favorite pick, which was the last pick at number 12. Therefore, I received the 12th pick and the 13th pick, respectively.
Nice. Now, number 12, you got a lot of talent on the board. Who did you decide to go with?
You always got to go for value, especially at your first round. Michael Thomas was still available, the NFL's 2018 receptions leader. Therefore, I pulled the trigger on Michael Thomas, followed by Juju Smith-Schuster.
Wide receiver centric, very strong strategy, John. After an exciting week 1 in the books, John, tell me, how did your fantasy team fare week 1?
You know, I'm proud of the guys out there. They did great. But let's talk about last season, how I went 12-2 and got me this 10 pounds of gold here on my shoulder.
That means he must have lost week 1. John, what is your favorite part about being in a fantasy football league here at Crawford Thomas?
It's pretty easy. It allows everybody to see the greatness that is Johnny C. Yeah, but no, in all reality, man, I mean, I can't thank Crawford Thomas Recruiting enough for allowing us to do this.
Okay.
It helps us build camaraderie with here in Orlando, our coworkers in the remote offices. It allows us to communicate with them more other than what's going on in our day-to-day business life.
Nice.
So thank you, Crawford Thomas Recruiting, for allowing us to do this. And here's my belt, baby.
That's going to wrap up this week's episode of Now Lee with Lee Nau. Make sure you check in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. where we are going to be introducing you to every single member of the Crawford Thomas Fantasy League. We appreciate the time. We appreciate you checking in, and we'll see you next time.
That's pretty easy. I mean, it gives everybody here in Orlando and the remote win 12-2. And it got me this 10 pounds piece of weight here on my shoulder.